Now, memory issues, they are huge in the perimenopause and menopause. And the number of you that contact me because you're starting to get really upset or distressed about it is absolutely huge. And we know that issues, it's about recalling information. You want to talk about something, you know it's in there at the back of the head, it's on the tip of your tongue, and you just can't get it out. And this, it can be very distressing, it can be very frustrating, and it can be really worrying as well, because it can get to the point where you start to think, you know, am I getting Alzheimer's or dementia? What is going on with me? So today I'm going to look at different ways it can affect you and what you can do to help yourself. So how does this happen? Well, there does seem to be a link between estrogen falling and the speed and way in which messages are sent around the brain. So you're looking for something in your brain, you're searching for a memory, for a name or something, and it just takes so long for you to recall that. So it's almost like an old computer taking 3 times as long to get the information out. And it's all to do with the synapses and the chemicals in the brain that are causing this slow down, if you like. So the things that can happen, it can be just, you know, day-to-day tasks. You forget to do things, you forget the best way to do things, you meet someone in the street that you've known for years and suddenly you can't remember their name. It can be especially long-term memory, if you're really having to think about something that happened quite a long time ago. It can be you're forgetting birthdays. You know, I do that a lot. I end up writing people's birthdays down in the wrong dates. And then when I send a message, they're like, it's not my birthday today. And you're like, oops. One of the things that can happen that can be really worrying is that it can affect your work. You may find that your brain's not working as quick as what it should. You're forgetting things. You're finding it more difficult to talk to people, maybe to make presentations. And that in itself can be extremely distressing and worrying as well. So the other things that can happen, it can be poor sleep. And, you know, if you're tired, if you're not sleeping night after night after night, then you're not going to have the sharpest memory at all. It can be because you're fatigued during the day. And again, if you're really tired, if you're struggling with energy, then that's going to affect your brain. And it can just be you're extra busy. And at this point in our lives, a lot of us will have family, sometimes still family at home. You may be juggling a job. You might have elderly parents or relatives to look after. So you are multitasking to the nth degree. You're really, really busy. And then you expect yourself to remember absolutely everything, you know. And it's not surprising that this is one of the things that can sort of fall by the wayside. So one of the things I'm going to look at is how to boost your brain. So remember, the hormonal changes, and I talk about this such a lot, the hormonal changes that go on in our bodies is absolutely huge and demands a great deal of energy. So if your diet is not particularly good, if you're not eating as well as you should, your body's not going to get all the extra nutrition it needs. It's like your car. If you're going on mega journeys on a regular basis, you're going to have to keep topping it up with fuel. And our bodies need really good quality fuel to keep us going. For brain function, you're looking at things like omega-3, really important, really, really important for brain function. And this is found in oily fish. It can be in flax seeds, it can be in walnuts. You can get a supplement if you're vegetarian or vegan. You can get a flaxseed supplement. If you're not too keen on fish, you can get a fish oil supplement. You need antioxidants, so you need a whole range of antioxidant things that you can get in your fruits, your vegetables, and your fresh foods. We also need B12. What I am finding now over the years, that B12 deficiency seems to be a common issue with a lot of women who are hitting the perimenopause and menopause, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's environmental, whether it's stress or diet. I'm not too sure, but vitamin B12 deficiency in the perimenopause and menopause is absolutely huge. You find B12 in just a small range of food, so it tends to be meat, fish and dairy. So if you're vegetarian or vegan, a vitamin B12 supplement of some kind is really, really important. And I would recommend everybody, especially those of you in the UK, where the deficiency is really rife, to ask your doctor for a quick check. And I will be doing a whole vlog on vitamin B12 shortly, so look out for that one. Water. Your brain is 80% water, so if you're dehydrated, your brain will literally shrink. And if it starts to get really bad, that's going to affect your brain, your thinking, cognitive function. So your water, really important every day. Sleep well, as I mentioned before. Poor sleep will cause cognitive issues. So look at a really good sleep hygiene. Like we always say, switch off your phones and TV and everything about an hour before you go to bed. You can look at supplements and herbs that can help with sleep. So we know things like lemon balm can be really, really helpful, and magnesium, things like that. So you could look at our new product, which is Sleep Well. So these are granules. You just pop them on the tongue, maybe about half an hour before you go to bed. Or if you're one of these people like me, where you wake up in the middle of the night and your brain goes into overgear, then you can take that in the middle of the night as well, just to help you get back to sleep. You could also look at other minerals that are really important for brain function. So that's things like magnesium and zinc. And we have those in our, got it upside down, perimenopause focus and passiflora complex tablets as well. You could also look at exercise, really important, especially if you, like me, you're sitting at a desk all day, you're not moving much, your circulation is going to get really sluggish and your brain needs lots of oxygen for maximum function. So if you're sitting at a desk a lot, really important, that the last lot of research I read, they reckon you should get up once every 55 minutes. Why 55? I don't know. Just to get up, move about a bit, wave your arms about, do a few star jumps or something if you can, just to get your circulation going again. And a good walk at lunchtime, if you can get out there maybe for half an hour, can do you the world of good as well. And that can help with the mid-afternoon brain slump that a lot of us get. You can look at things like yoga if you find that you're really stressed, because that can affect brain function as well. Things like your yoga, your Tai Chi, relaxation, meditation, mindfulness, all really important as well. And the other thing, which most of us tend not to think about, is, are you breathing properly? And again, if we are really stressed, if we're sitting at a desk, our shoulders go up, we hunch, our lungs get squashed, we can't even breathe properly, and that's going to affect our brain function as well. So every so often, especially if you're not moving about a lot, then every so often do maybe 2 or 3 rounds of very slow, deep breathing, just to get that going again. So I hope you found this one helpful. It's a huge issue. I'm seeing just so many queries about this at the moment. If you have found something that works well for you, please share as always. I love to hear your stories and read everything that's going on. And I will see you next week, and have a lovely week in between.